Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. Throwback. I'm Sherm, your host. Um, we got a nice. Alright, interesting. You know what I mean? Interesting. Nice and interesting, I guess. Show for you tonight. Um, so, first thing I wanted to talk about was the first Black Lives Matter. The first Black Lives Matter. The Black Panther Party. The Black Panther Party was founded by Bobby Seale and Huey Newton and Eldridge Cleaver in 1966. Now, their original mission statement or purpose was to patrol African American hoods and protect the people from police brutality. Because remember, in the 60s and stuff, they was turning the dogs and the hoses and all of that, the police departments. That's how they was treating us. And so the Black Panther Party was, they came out and they was like, nah, that's not going to go on no more. And, so that was going to lead to clashing. That was going to, because they had guns. They had guns. They wasn't with that, we just going to let y'all hit on us and shoot at us and not shoot back shit. Which, and then that's how the United States would justify them end up, putting them on the FBI list and J. Edgar Hoover and shit, cross-dressing self and all of this stuff, which is nothing wrong with that. But, you know what I'm saying, he living his life and doing his thing, but why we can't do our thing? Because, some of the things that they did, you know what I mean? They came out with the 10-point program, the party platform. But, so here's some of the things that I wrote down. You know what I mean? They grew in cities everywhere. They charged Huey P. Newton in 1967. So they just started it up. Soon as they could get their hand, you know what I'm saying? A year later, they charged them. They had a free breakfast program. They had enemies in high places. Hoover, because Hoover feared the rise of a black messiah. So that's why he was against Dumb. He was against the Nation of Islam. He had FBI agents everywhere. They even alleged that the guys involved with the assassination of Malcolm X and that was all orchestrated and set up and everything by the feds, and then they let people take the fall guy and got out the picture. This was something I wanted to say too that they wrote down. Black women not only was in the movement, but the sisters spoke out. They gained recognition. They helped the movement rise to power and all of that. So that like I was saying earlier, that Me Too, that BS, that wasn't us. Because I grew up, I had respect for the sisters and knew a sister. I had a big sister that punched you in the face. So I have respect for I seen her put it in. I wrote down Sheba Baby, Foxy Brown, Christy Love. I remember Christy Love. Christy Love was a black private detective, used to come on TV, on TV. I forgot, I think it was ABC back in the days. Cleopatra Brown. She had a couple of movies. So this was kicking ass. They had a newspaper. Yeah, they came to prominence when the 17-year-old Bobby Hutton's killing out there. Yeah, so and I got more stuff. They charged them as a terrorist group. It said they was a terrorist group, and so they needed to be eradicated from society. But you got the Ku Klux Klan going around at the same time, killing people, hanging people. William Green. William Green. This was, William Green, while he was at a bond hearing. This was a dude, he was sitting down, they was calling him, you know, mentally challenged and all that. They got all of the people back there, and they, you know, talk the lawyer up here, you know. He just got up and walked over and just smacked her right upside the head. He ain't smack her hard or nothing. She didn't fall. He just was like, you know, you getting on my nerves type of smack. Yeah, yeah. I know it's plenty of times, because that's what they do. Especially in public defenders. Public defender coming in and be like, sit down. They got their file, your file. They might have opened it. They might have opened it and looked at it. He might even know your last name. But then he giving you parameters of what he think the case is and all that, and your best options is to probably try to work something out with them. Pretty much cop a plea. Oh, you had that. So, and they went after the Black Panther Party. They got it infiltrated all of the organizations around the country, and then they just, you know, it was no more. And then the other thing they do is they always, after that, we'll be outraged, and then they'll change what happened. So now, instead of us remembering the Black Panther Party as a party that was first came out and was about protecting the hood from police brutality, because those times we needed a group like that was gonna be violent because police was being violent. But we let the man remix it, and so now we act like they never even did nothing for us. They never even they took a big hit on the chin for us. Then you had the MOVE movement. And shout out to Chuck. Chuck put me on to this one. The MOVE movement. This was started in 1972 to 1985. Only 13 years, and it was a black liberation. Black liberation, and they were started by Donald Glassy in Philadelphia. They bombed them. They straight bombed them. He wanted the Black Panther with a little less technology. I know, I remember why I wrote it down, because like as I was reading it and reading up about it and everything, what I was taking it as, he wanted the Black Panther Party, but he wanted kind of more of the country vibe to it, the more of a nature vibe, not even country, more of a nature vibe to it, which is like shit. What's wrong with living like that? Yeah, they got into a conflict in 78. It said they started in 72. In 78, they got in their first conflict with police out there. 9 people went to jail after that first conflict, right? So then the next time in 85, the confrontation they had, they just dropped a bomb, destroyed 65 buildings, and 11 people died. 5 or 6 was children. And then that happened in 85. And then in 1996, they settled for 1.5 million. So that's like what, 100,000 a life? That ain't nothing. And it's not about, but I'm like, that's what they do to us, man. That's what they do, man. They treat us like crap, man. Maryland attorney Rashad James for community lowering initiative. Oh yeah, okay. This one was good. This is a black attorney in Maryland, Rashad James, and he was in court. So he in court and everything. And while he in court, they arrested him. Yeah, because they didn't have a picture of the client he was representing, and they thought he was the client he was representing, and they arrested him for 10 minutes, had him detained and everything. Tried to show him his ID. I think that's fake. And gets arrested. Word up. Meanwhile, Jussie Smollett had his own cell after he asked to be separated from the regular criminals. Never was handcuffed, in a cell, transported in an unmarked car. See the difference? And I just hate that, you know, but I'm just saying, that's just I was reading up on that situation, and then I was like, dang, then they was showing the contrast and everything. And that's how they do it, man. And now and because they tried to treat Jesse like a sister, a white, not even a sister, a white lady, and get him off scot-free, the white guys came out, hey, miscarriage of justice, miscarriage of justice, blah, 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 right? And so because they said that, and it was a sister girl, I looked into it. I had to investigate, like, why would they come out if y'all all came in the room and y'all agreed y'all was gonna let them out, or drop the charges? Why y'all coming out talking about it now? Because the sister girl was the one dropped the charges. So that's why them white men out there going, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, Kim Fox out there with they like, yeah, Kim Fox out there with the bullshit. They extending white privilege to a gay black man now. Like, nah, that ain't how it work, yo. That's not how that work. Rob Kardashian. I don't know why, man. I just it's like damn, sisters is rough, huh, Rob? She did him dirty though. She did him dirty. But what you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? Then I seen I'm trying to go fake because I'm trying where they ain't that long, but I be still filling up the book. So I be like, man, I still don't want to, because if I write something down and I go, oh, I'm not going to say that. Maybe that was the thing I was supposed to say. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Because after 3 days, I be done forgot stuff you done said. I was thinking about at this 15-minute time or this day at the, you forget. So that's why I write it down. Like a 3-day little intellectual or whatever. But a three days of it. But anyway, Kamala Harris. There you go. Gotta, I be looking at heads and you gotta pronounce the names right. Kamala Harris, who was quick with the modern day lynching thing when Jesse made up his story. This is a sidebar opinion of mine. I fear from day one they've been trying to make the LGBT community situation the new civil rights fight, on the level of our civil rights fight. Yeah, I remember when this is my opinion. So when I talk about things, certain things we could go back and forth about. Like, I mean, if it's my opinion, your opinion differs. Okay, you could go back and forth with it and stuff. But I was telling somebody, like, with the state of where we at and the intention of my show and what I'm trying to do, I don't really see where anybody should be trying to argue with me. Maybe help me make the show better. I could see that. But me getting into a back and forth, like, man, if you think the situation is good and right now for us and you, our color, then that's on you. I can't argue with you. I can't make up your mind. But I remember when Al Sharpton, back to Al Sharpton, I remember when Al Sharpton and a lot of the preachers, because they all about money, and I'm gonna get to the money list later, but they all about money. And so when they saw the shift in society towards this LBGT community thing and the embrace everybody difference and all that, but they pushing it, they promoting it. So it's kind of was like that. And then they was trying to clean it up and do all of that. They was just trying to shift it. And so now then they start talking about how it was gay rights was equal to civil rights. It's not the same. It's not the same what they was doing to slaves and all of that as the gay rights. It's not the same. And I was real offended when they were saying that shit. But I understand they were saying those type of things because it was money in that now. Just like it's money in that now. So if anybody that's in Hollywood or anything like that speak out, they turn the money spigot off. That's why they quick to denounce or reverse, backtrack what they saying and all that. Because it's about the money. It ain't really about them being true to what they are. Because all of the images that you see on Hollywood is fake anyway. They all fake. I'm going to get back to the fake images later with this NAACP awards. Like, if Jussie Smollett is still even on the ballot to be nominated to possibly win an NAACP award at this juncture, what are the NAACP awards for? What purpose are they about? Are we seeing the best, the smartest, high school, education-wise, black person up to kids, high school? We seeing that up there? Are we seeing somebody that maybe started in the company and worked his way up to the manager, district manager, regular people? No. We seeing them glitzing and them glamoring and all that, trying to, like I said before, mimicking white people. They wanted their show to be the black Oscars, which is totally ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. That's all we worrying about doing, though. And plenty people be co-signing it because, it is what it is. But, people nowadays, they try to get their rights with total disregard for everybody else's. You know what I mean? Like, I seen a thing now where they were saying a few years ago, they started calling straight black men on Twitter and all that CIS males and nuclear males and all of that. And I'm like, why do we even need terms? Why do we even need? But if we give somebody else labels, it's fine. But everybody could give us labels. They can all give us labels. But if we give a label, we are racist or we are cis or some kind of shit. That's for that. Black is not, I'm like, black is not a choice. I'm like, despite whatever you believe, whether you was born that way or whatever, it's still where you could choose. I can't wake up tomorrow and choose not to be black. That's all I'm saying with that. That's it. Y'all have an option, we don't. So it's not the same. It's not the same. Word. Just my opinion though. So you don't have to at me about that. Michael Rappaport. Yeah. This dude, I brought them up, Michael Rappaport and Max Kellerman. You know what I mean? Eminem. There's more out there. I ain't gonna get into, but white guys that swear they black. Justin Timberlake, they swear they black. And so, because they swear they black, they get to talk shit about black people just like they black. They had another plane, y'all, that was empty. It was empty. Just the pilots trying to take off them same planes. And he had to land that plane. He said it was gonna crash. Word. This just happened. Like, they don't even mention that. That shit was a small little story. 2 pilots got in the plane, was just moving it, just moving it over here. Nah, man. Oh, so I was speaking with Amir, and he was telling me about having a conversation with somebody, and she just ran, came up, they was having a conversation or whatever, and she was acting like she knew him and wanted to exchange numbers, and he was like, nah, I'm not really interested. You know what I mean? Not feel, he was telling me I wasn't feeling the vibe, whatever parts, whatever, right? That's like I did certain things, but like I was hearing a line from Beans. Beans said, I do certain stuff so you wouldn't have to go through it. So I did certain stuff, treatment. So when I learned how, and I made sure my sons, so he telling me, passing it along, each one teach one. So pass it along, right, to my son, and we talking, and he like, yeah. And so we get to her reaction after he was like, nah, blah, blah, blah. And, yo, it's crazy. Like, it's like, y'all sisters, y'all be going bananas, man. Y'all got the world turned. Like, I'm talking to one sister, and we talking and we interacting in a setting where we should both be single. And she asked me, am I married? Because, that's what men do. Men like to be married and try to talk to women. And I said, well, are you married? I wouldn't be trying to talk to you if I wasn't. Yes, I'm single. But then I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to even go no further with this because you already, come on, you already, come on. Like, can I get a clean sheet of paper? Can you let that go? Can you drop all that? But whatever, I digress. Word, because, you know, I could come up and say, hey, what's going on, sweetie? You know what I mean? Can I get your number, exchange numbers? Nah, I'm not interested. Okay, that's cool. No problem. Have a good day. She come up and say, hey, what's going on? I like your style. Can I get your number? Nah, I'm good, sweet. I'm good. Oh, what, you think you too good? Huh? Women do that a lot more than men do it. Trust me. We all, and I have to say, we all in it together. So it don't matter. Because it's not like I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out so that way I could maybe it get better. Maybe I get some understanding. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the right one out there understand me, whatever. So it's not like I'm going, oh, and I'm going to get me. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like that. My son already figured it out, though. He already figured it out. My daughters treat me, talk to me way differently. But that's because they mothers didn't care about the relationships at all. You know what I'm saying? So my daughters end up with very little respect for me because they mothers have very little respect for me. You know what I mean? Like Fab said, and Young OG, no respect from none, neglect the baby, call a daddy Corey. Yeah, so, but it's all a choice, man. It's all a choice, man. It's all a choice. And so when you see I was sitting around, you know, and I'm sitting around and I'm just analyzing my life, analyzing TV, analyzing commercials, analyzing society, analyzing everything. I'm just sitting around analyzing stuff. Excuse me. I'm just sitting around, I'm just analyzing stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I need to say something about some stuff. The new tactics, the chitlin circuits, is to keep the house, keep them in the house, keep the money in the house. The chitlin circuit. Michael Jackson owned the Beatles catalog and Elvis catalog, plus Neverland. And they wanted them from him. They wanted all of those items from him. All of those items from him. Willie Lynch thoughts. I'm going to get back to Willie Lynch thoughts. Oh yeah, cause we talking, and I was thinking, you get into a conversation with somebody that you don't share the same faith in, right? Get into a conversation with somebody you don't share the same faith in, and the conversation goes south, and they get to telling you how they equating their religion to you, like, you know, you gonna get the punishment of my religion, my hellfires, or my whatever. Yeah. But then, like I said, it's in you. Just like the goodness the goodness of God is in you. The goodness of evil, Satan, is in you. It's in you. Top 10 richest preachers. Top 10. We going from 10 to number 1. 10 to number 1. Top 10. The 10th richest. $8 million. Joyce Myers. Number 9. T.D. Jakes. T.D. Jakes. With $18 million. Wow. This not counting they houses and all of that stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. These guys is getting that paper, man. They getting that paper. Religion is a hustle. This is what this list is. This list is top 10 richest, but this list is religion is a hustle. 8 is Franklin Graham, Billy's son Graham. 25, I remember Billy Graham. Wasn't he the one? Wasn't Billy Graham the one that was crying, caught in it? What? They all be ended up allegedly getting caught in a compromising position with somebody. But anyway, then Rick Warren, I never heard of him. Him and Billy Graham's son make 25 million. And Billy Graham on the list too. All three of them make 25 mil a year. Wow. Creflo Dollar come in at number 5 on the list with 27 million. And in 2007, he took in 69 million in collection revenue. 69 million. And that was 12 years ago. You know he getting bread now. He getting that bread. I tell you, I went to his church. Yep. 2 Rolls Royces, a new jet plane, because the old one got messed up. He got his new jet, and $1 million home. Yep. Wow. 27 million. Creflo Dollar. Joel Osteen, 40 million. Benny Hinn, 60 million. Pat Robertson, 100 million. Keith Copeland making $300 million. $300 million worth. $300 million. This one I had to say. To me, a black man in a dress running around clowning sisters and mothers carrying on is not funny. It's not funny to me. It's just not funny. I still never watched Madea, Big Mama's House. I tolerated Shanae, but that was when I was going to the bathroom or looking for some other shit to do or not focusing on it, because I didn't like that shit. Because it's just, we could be doing better than that. You know what I mean? But it don't really matter, because that shit is they shit. That's what they want us to do. So you can't expect to clean up they shit. That's why I be saying we need our own thing. We should have our own production studio, movie company out there. We should have our own distribution label company or whatever, where we could distribute records and all that. We should have all of these things. We should have a black credit company. These are the things that we should have that we don't have and they won't let us have, is because Jews and white people monopolize that and make sure they keep that type of, that's wealth. That's that stuff that you gonna know you gonna make. Because they don't want us in that. They don't want us in that. They want us jumping, running, singing, dancing, because them is the only ones that they promoting, that they shining up. Them the ones they get the most money to make sure that, and that's what they do. That's what they do. That's like a battle within a battle. It's a bunch of little mini battles, but it's one big war. But then there's a bunch of little battles. That's another little battle right there, man. And it ain't by design that somebody singing and dancing can make $2 million in a year and you will break your back and won't even make $20,000 in a year. They telling you overpaid. It's a reason. So that nigga always go in front and be like, oh, it ain't that bad. Sell you something. Man, yo, half the stuff they selling you, they never using it. This a rant, but they never using it. It's the truth though. It's a rant, but you will see them talking about Strayer University. Queen Latifah didn't pay for her Strayer University shit. They gave her that thing. The credit, Capital One or whatever. They getting that. Them cars they be driving, they getting that for doing a commercial. They not using it, so they telling us to buy, but they getting it. Ayan Omar should have never apologized. She was telling the truth. Because I had to look into it. I be talking about it now. So every now and then I dive a little bit deeper. on it. So she said what she said. The U.S. politicians were being forced to pledge allegiance to Israel. That is a fact. That is a fact. Let's look at the evidence. I remember David Dinkins. Yeah, this is me now. Like, I'm making a case for what she said. I remember when David Dinkins, right, mayor of New York, got elected. He got elected on our vote. Boom. He get elected, I'ma do whoop-de-whoop, whoop, whoop. When he got elected, he wanted to try to make sure he reached out to other communities and just didn't show us love. All right, whatever. So now you start running with the Jews. And then he go over there to Israel and he got the boom, boom, boom. And then he forgot about us. Then 2 months before the re-election time, he came to us to try to get the love back, and it was done. Because they wanted him out. They did what they wanted to do. They got him to push your people, shun your people, so make sure they won't vote for you next time. And then we gonna turn on you. And that's what happened. They played him. They played him, maneuvered him, outmaneuvered him. Okay. Excuse me. Cardi B, you gotta go sit down, man. Cardi B, you gotta tell your people, your publicists, and all that, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Just like Jay did. Like, sometimes, man, just gotta be quiet, man. Don't mention, like, leave it alone. It don't even make no sense for you to be talking about it. Like, if you said it before, alright, let it go. Make your one statement and let it go. If you keep, it ain't gonna be good. Then going back to the sister, then she said, Israel hypnotized the world. She right though, man. She right. It's all about the Benjamins, man. It ain't about relationships. I showed you the IPAC. They spying on people. They said that the young black males in the United States is their #1 enemy and all of that. So she right. And look at what they turning it into. This is the stuff they used to do. Back in the 60s and 70s, they was the ones making the movies where they was doing the grab ass and dressing up like the wigs and all of that and this and that. And now they got us doing it. And it's fine. But like I said, we mimicking them. The ideal age, here go one. I got some financial news. The ideal age to invest in the stock market, they say, is 28. I say whenever you young enough and you got it together where you want to put you some money into a stock or saving bonds. Because if you do it when you 20, even if you got, say, a $500 savings bond, and you got it at 23, and you let it mature 20 years, you have to look into it. I'd say maybe 4,000, maybe even more, depending on the rate. And so, yeah, you go, that ain't nothing. But yeah, you got you 4 or 5 of them joints sitting around the house, and now you see what I'm saying? You in your 40s able to go and cash, get $5,000, something that's somebody else. So you got to think the long haul, man. That's the thing. Like, stop. When you get to an adult, you can't play the short game all the time as an adult. You got to play the long game sometime, because that's what a 401k is. 401k is the long game. Even if you don't let your money stay in there 20 years, you could work for a company 6 years, then get your money and take it out. They're going to tax you. Yeah, they're going to tax you, but you could take your money out. You could start something with that. You could do something with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to play, the long haul, man. Put something away when you can. You got to. And black people cannot be racist, period. I don't care. You can't be racist. We can't be. We can't be. We could be fed up with the years of abuse and institutionalized racism, etc. We could say we got PTSD, Stockholm syndrome, or whatever. And so, yeah, that's going to make somebody a little more violent. If you whipping on a dog or beating on a dog or whatever, sooner or later that dog going to bite you. That's an animal, whatever. That's what happens. So you can't, that's just nature. And I'm not calling us an animal. I'm just saying that's nature. That's the way things are. You know what I mean? And so when people, we a racist. Man, I don't want to hear that shit, man. I don't want to hear that. I'm not a racist. Yeah, I'm nice to everybody. But I'm definitely angry with ignorance and racism and definitely fed up with the direction we headed. So I tried, you know what I'm saying? I could, at the end of the day, in 5 years, whatever, I could sit back and be like, at least you tried, Sherm. You did try. Oh, so about images now, right? About images. That joint Little, I think it's Little. I'm starting to see the Regina King, man. With that first man, they remaking, mimicking them, and they brainwashing the little sisters, making them angry to grow up with this. Come on, man. Come on, man. That movie looked terrible, man. That's a terrible little movie to take a little girl to see, man. Word up. That's a terrible movie, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I would not take my little daughter to see that. The images, man, that they got for the young women and young men is crazy, man. Word. I was talking to a sister in Atlanta. She was saying that in the ATL, I think she said her daughter in the 3rd grade, they was talking to her about transgenders and all of this and sexual orientation in the 3rd grade. Had to have that conversation with them, whatever. I forget what happened, but yeah. Leaving Brooklyn, yeah, I was thinking about when I left Brooklyn to go to the Army that time, you know what I'm saying? And going back to why I always do my thing. Because you listen to people, man, people told me not to go to the Army. People didn't think I was going to make it. People actually betted me that I wasn't going to make it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a good move for me. And I was able to go to college. You know, my children, because of my injuries, my children is able to go to college, or was able if they wanted to or whatever. Got a house and things like that. So yeah, this was my way of getting it. It's not saying it's the way. I'm just saying it was my way. So it worked out for me. So that's why I say you gotta, even if you think your plan gonna work and nobody else do, work your plan, man. Work your plan. Right. Okay. Then we went back to I had to go back to Black Wall Street. And how I see it in my head is this, that I'm showing y'all, one, the past, and when we was minding our business, like Black Wall Street. Then you got when they be brutalizing us, and then we try to defend ourselves, they get bombs and blow us up. That's the same thing they doing with Black Lives Matter. They got all of the military equipment and all of that stuff and all of this. And that's why I say you got to get them in their pockets, because violence gets violence. And I'm not saying I ain't down with the violence. I'll punch somebody in the nose in a minute. And my aim, I was 36 out of 40. No, I was 35 out of 40. 36 out of 40 was expert. So I was right up under expert. 35 out of 40. And I go to the range. And I don't even like guns. I don't like guns. And I say all that to say this, that you ain't gonna beat ignorance with aggression. You not. You gotta outmaneuver them, outsmart them, outthink them, put pressure on them. That's how you gonna do it. If you try to get violent with that, because they are more violent, nastier people. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They some of the stuff they do. I mean, I was thinking about it. To have been involved with slavery, where, you know, like they talk about, oh, like, look, like let's do the parallel. Look at how they talk about, oh, if you selling cocaine now, you know that you supporting an industry where they killing all this and doing all of this murdering and all that, right? Let's put that to the side now. Now, bring slavery on the table. Now, if you was a company that was affiliated doing business with anybody, making money any kind of way with anybody doing, what was they doing to us? They was worse than the cartel. These motherfuckers here in these jokers here in the United States with the slavery stuff, man. You know it. They was way more savage. See what I mean? And that's why I say, so we can't be racist. We can't be racist. And so, yeah, so my thing is, you know what I mean? Oh, back to Tulsa, Black Wall Street. They had 1,200 homes and businesses destroyed. Hundreds of black people killed. A thriving community burned to the ground. Eyewitnesses said the attack was equal to warfare. Homeowners shot in the yard, dropping turpentine bombs on buildings, machine gun fire, lighting up churches. So that's what I'm saying. They savages. That's savage. That's savagery. That's savagery. That's savagery. And we was minding our business. And like I said, if they leave us alone and they don't run their little experiments like creating projects and the syphilis experiments, and that's what they do. They run experiments on. That's what they do. Yeah, I'm just trying to remind. We haven't forgot, man. We haven't forgot. And I know this is how they still get down. Word up. It used to be legal here for generations to do all that stuff. And yep, and expect to get what's owed us. Or we not taking that no more. Word. Now, and this is another thing you could do. Besides, like I was saying, one of the things I suggest we start as soon as you can, take holidays off. Don't buy nothing on no holidays. Don't buy nothing on no holidays. That's one thing. And here's another thing. Get in the system. Stay in school. Stay cool. Keep it cool. Play your cards right. Move up. Don't let it, and keep your intentions to yourself and do what you do. And when you need to activate it, activate it. And you know what I mean? We had hotels. This Black Wall Street. We had hotels, furriers, restaurants, taxi cab businesses, 200 businesses, 35 square block district destroyed. And they said the houses. Then that's the other thing. They was jealous. The houses at that time that they had there was just as nice, even nicer and bigger. Cause we over there getting all creative and happy and doing our thing. House looking like woo 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 woo. Yeah. So you gotta outsmart them. That's when you smart. You win a no. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm reading it right. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, when you outsmart them and you win an argument with them, that's when you get the name calling. You difficult, you sensitive and all of these things. It's like, nah, what I just said to you, you could articulate everything and then say, oh, well, and this and that's all turning red and like, nah. I've had many conversations with them outside the job. Managers, hung out with them, eat, drink, whatever. Yeah, but I'm still going, you don't want to talk about that type of stuff with me. Word up. I'm not the one for that. Word. One night I'm in here, I'm chilling, I started seeing lights and shapes and stuff, right? I was like, must be tired, right? And then I'm like, or maybe I'm seeing my words and thoughts like one of them geniuses. Nah, I'm sleepy. Let me go back to sleep. What is our normal? What is it? What is not? What is normal? I mean, what is normal? Our normal is what society say our normal should be. And I'm like, and so I had a question mark. Like, okay, so this is the same society that did all these atrocious things to us. All of these barbaric things that treated her like not, and then after all of that type, them wasn't treating us fair, was making sure they was keeping things, opportunities from us and this and this and that. But they still set the standard for us that we conduct ourselves by and carry ourselves by. Told you, we brainwashed, so it don't matter. So even when you saying you not, you is. Cause it's like, do you want to live in reality or do you want to live in a lie? Because nowadays you can't really say what's on your mind because you're going to hurt people's feelings. So you gotta talk around the truth and let them live in some little, imaginary world. Do you want to stay seeing? Do you want to stay seeing that, or you want them to tell you what's the real deal? Right. So I wrote this one down. I was like, you ever at work and you having a conversation with somebody and they talking to you, and they talking to you and you don't want to accommodate. It's like, you know where the conversation gonna go and this and this and that. So next thing you know, you standing there and it's almost like you looking over your shoulder like this, going, damn, why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut up? I was like, that's an out of body experience, huh? Like, man, I be having them all the time. Don't even be in church. I'm bugging now. Okay, here you go. I was talking to my son about the pause thing. So we was talking relationships. We was talking about this whole pause thing. And how it even influenced our speech and all that. It's like, it's that serious. Like, you can't say nothing like, and even that in itself should just be enough right there to show you how much they change in society, and they make it so they, cause come on, you can't even say certain things without having to say pause behind it. Or you know what I mean. Like, come on. Like for real, it's crazy. Like, I don't see how it makes sense. I got one for you. Don't get mad at me. This is the truth, though. Shakespeare and King James, writers of the Bible, were both gay. Okay. I ain't even gonna get into that. I get into that one later. But they was both gay. So that I'm telling you, it was all by design, man. This is what they want. This is the direction they want a society to go in. This is the direction. Here go one. Justice Clarence Thomas asked his first question in 3 years. This brother on there just taking up space, because he wasn't supposed to be in there. And his behavior, none of the stuff that he did before that, because you give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what he do when he get in there. And since he been in there, he ain't done nothing, not one thing. to distinguish himself or nothing. And when he made the ask the question, the case was in reference to the 6 trials of Curtis Flowers, the brother that they was trying to convict down there, and they tried him 6 times. I forget where they was at. But it's the trial of Curtis Flowers. And with the 6 trials, a prosecutor was still cheating, stacking the deck with the jurors all white and everything, right? So Clarence Thomas goes, And so his lawyer's going, you know, it wasn't fair. You know, he's stacking the deck and this and this and that. So he goes, and what race of the jurors was struck there? Like this guy. It's like, that's for like you. So the lawyer answered, and he's a clown, man. He's a clown. He holds the record, the modern day record for silence on the bench. Before that question, this brother hadn't spoken for a decade. Yeah. Fiat Chrysler workers discovered a noose hanging in a Ram trucking plant in Michigan late last month, prompting a second investigation of racism at this factory. They say it's tense there, like it's getting ready to be some kind of black white thing going on there. Enrollment at the historically black colleges is up. Like I said, y'all keep staying smart and get out there and give them hell, give them the business. In Missouri, David Robinson, not the ball player, spent 17 years in jail, and he's alleged he was framed for Sheila Bach's death in 2000. So he's suing two cops saying they didn't like him, so they covered up the truth. Even after another man, confessed, got the hiccups. So even if he wins the lawsuit, even if he won the lawsuit, 17 years, I can't get that back. I can't get that back, man. I can't get that back. It's hectic out here. And I'm saying that it's hectic out here for us regular heads, and I'm singing, dancing, jumping brothers, sisters, got people checking for them, monitoring them, and songs and all of this stuff, and following them because they saying that, and like, they'll have you thinking, oh yeah, we doing great now. We doing great. No. And then half of them images that you seeing with them artists and them actors, they not even who they are. This is all special effects and cameras and lies and rental and fake jewelry and fake cars and all that shit. Yeah, I see a hip hop channel. I ain't gonna name the channel. They get 500 views, right? You know, per video or whatever. So he doing the MJ sex story, doing the R. Kelly sex story. One week they talk about Mike, then the next week he talk about Michael Jackson was killed for his catalog. Like, pick a side, man. Pick a side. Pick a side, man. Pick a side. Yeah, because all that was said and done, they did that by design. Because once Mike started talking to the Nation of Islam, he started talking about the lies they telling, they had to get rid of him. Good Cop, I would be watching the first 48 hours. So this is where I'm coming up with this one. I was watching that, and Good Cop, Bad Cop, it's just mind games, emotional games. So from now on, Good Cop, Bad, emotional games, emotional mind games. That's all it is. Here, and so here go my legal perspective as Sherwin District Attorney, or Sherwin for the defense. If it's really not in your best interest, I guess it depends on your legal situation. So you need to assess that very rapidly, right? So if it's not in your best interest when you do, like, be quiet. Don't be quiet. Because if you give a statement, your attorney, instead of got more to work with, he actually got less, because he got no wiggle room, because he got a statement that he got to work around. Less is more in that case. Know your rights. Know your rights. Be smart. Stay, you know what I'm saying? Don't sudden movements and stuff like that. But know your rights, though. Know your rights. Hey, you seen this commercial? It's for AT&T. And it says, sometimes okay is not okay, or something like that. And they got the white guy, he just not good at his job. Right? Pretty much. But he got 4 commercials now. He on March Madness and all that. And just look at the commercial for a second and then blow it up. That's how they do it in the real world anyway. A white man could come in and be okay and be successful. He could be okay and be very successful. A black man being okay is not gonna get nowhere. I mean, it's the facts. The facts. Yeah, what is the NAACP awards? What are they? Why are we having them? Why are they still hyping this BS? Why are they still hyping this BS? I tell you, BET is the worst channel ever, man. Word up, the worst channel ever, man. It's like it's the worst channel ever, man. Word, the worst channel ever. Told you we were just mimicking them, just trying to do everything. The black version of, okay, they doing this. Like think about it. These are the vicious people that was doing all this, but they got this award show, y'all. They not letting us get none of them awards they got over there. So we want to make us award shows and we could be like them. That's what we doing. Oh, here go one. This is going on right now too. Leave Tahor, Levtahor, is an extreme group of Jews, 200 of them, that's been fleeing country after country because of their beliefs of arranging child marriages, covering their children, their little girls, females, at the age of, as early as the age of 3. They face allegations of kidnapping, sexual abuse, child abduction, and is classified as a cult by some. But because they're Jewish and we don't really hear about that, they keep it under the wraps and all of this. And I thought about them because they were just trying to kidnap 2 little kids in Brooklyn. And after they was thwarted, they said that we don't care. We still gonna try to get them. Why they not hunting them down to blow them up? Drop a bomb on them. They were formed in the 80s by Shlomo Hilbrons, Hilbrons, whatever. Moved to Brooklyn. Yeah, I remember telling you, there was some nasty guys over there. I remember the crackheads that they be over there messing with them Jews over there. Yup. Running, kidnapping kids. Yeah, still doing it. Oh, here go another thing about first 48 hours. They use his Facebook photo in the lineup. This guy didn't have no record. He didn't have nothing. And so I think they told his name or his nickname, and they found his nickname off his Facebook photo and they printed it up. I know y'all know, and he had his pay stub on there and all that. And so I'm like this. If you're doing certain stuff, man, certain activities, you probably don't even need to be online. You probably don't need no Facebook account, no Instagram, no none of that. Word. They really did a wonderful job turning the black community upside down. Cause look, think about it, right? In the 60s, we was civil rights, getting attacked, we was fighting for our rights, all that, we was together, this and this and that. 70s, it was black power, it was black love. Boom, 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 boom. Afros and Afro picks. 80s, Reaganomics, that trickle-down theory. He gave all of the money to the corporations. He cut off money in the hood. They pumped crack in the hood. Rockefeller laws, plenty of guns. And then by the 90s, we was way off course. Way off course, way off course. Here go one. The truth always hurts. Why should the truth hurt? You shouldn't want to hear the truth. Everybody say, oh, I want to hear the truth. I want to hear the truth. So why should the truth hurt? Because we backwards. Everything we got is bad. They gave everything. They gave everything to us backwards. That kid from Purdue that I was watching tonight, Carson Edwards, that point guard, he might be the number 2 pick in the draft. I think he the number 2 pick behind Zion. Okay, more commercials, cause images. Dr. Pepper commercial, that Two Sweets guy, that's the cheap ripoff of Prince. Yeah, So you know they going to tear Prince down. They try to tear Prince down after his death. He was a drug abuser and all of that. And then so what happens is this. What happens? I bring that up to say this. This is what happens. You got this little cheap fake version of Two Sweets that's at the bottom of the list, right? And you'll have Prince, Michael Jackson, or whoever over him. And so after they destroy all of them, then you got Two Sweets rise up. And then when you think of that type of style, they'll be trying to show you a picture of Two Sweets like he was the originator of it. That's how they do it. Word. Here go another thing. All my young brothers and sisters out there, for real, for real, for real. Stop believing that the best thing you could do with your life is be a singing, jumping, dancing Negro. For real. For real. You could do it's a lot more things. You could do a lot more things than that. Word up. It's a lot more things you could do to that than that. Word up. So this was one that's happening right now too. In parts of Africa right now, they hunting Africans with albinoism. Or albinism. That's how you say it. So they hunting them because they believe the body parts will bring them riches, success, power, and or sexual conquest. Since 2014, they done killed 20 Malawians and 75 Tanzanians since 2000. It's got so serious that they relocating these people from Africa to Canada, right? Now, let's look at a couple of things here. First thing we gonna look at is, damn, they got us fucked up. Even in the motherland, white is better. And so, because it's all science, so your brother is probably the albinoism is just 1 or 2 genes less than you got in your body, and you cutting them up to cook them or eat them or whatever. Come on, that's so damn dumb, and it's so damn that's how they got us. That's how they got us. So that's the first thing, right? And then the second thing is they trying to do the Caucasus Mountains right in front of us, y'all. I'm telling you. At least that's what I see. My brain see this. This is my opinion. My brain see that they gonna get all of the people with the albinism, and they gonna move them out of Africa, and they gonna put them up in the cold part in Canada somewhere, and then they gonna sit back and see what happens to the generations over the years. Caucasus Mountains. Telling you. You gotta be looking, man. You gotta be looking. Word. Do you want to live in reality? Do you want to live in reality? Or do you want to live in a land of don't really tell, I ain't gonna really, don't tell him the truth, don't this, don't that, or whatever the case may do. Is that how you want to do? Okay, I got one. Here go another one. So now, with credit cards, right? Let's look at credit cards. This is some more financial stuff. Credit cards. Be careful with credit cards. You don't really need credit cards. If you get one card, maybe one credit card, you don't really need no credit cards until you start wanting to get a house and a car and all of that stuff. Because you know, you get a credit card, you get one and you pay it off and all that. It'll help your score go up. Most people start out, your score gonna be good. It's up to you to mess it up. It's whatever you do gonna affect it. So you know, paying your car notes on time and all that. That's gonna do it good. You know what I mean? Mortgage. Let's look at mortgage versus rent. Mortgage is good because mortgage don't go up, don't go up, go down, unless they raise your taxes. That would be the only thing that would go up, go down. So it would be your monthly payment or whatever if it's in an escrow account. But it won't, you know what I mean? Like say when I first got my house, say if I was paying $1,200 and $200 of that a month was going towards my taxes broke up over the year. But then say next year they raise it up. So now next year instead of $1,200 I got to pay $1,300. My mortgage didn't go up, just my taxes went up. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing. Second thing, you don't have to worry about your you know, like I said, your mortgage going up and all that. But you could also skip 1 or 2 months, as long as you get caught back up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And so you don't have to worry about the backlash as you know, hey, I'm a little tight this month. December I paid my joint all year long. December I'm gonna skip and I'm gonna get back with them in January. You could do that. You know what I mean? But when you get ready to get a house, be aware of PMI. PMI is prime mortgage insurance, and that's when you don't put enough money down on the house in the beginning, then you're gonna have to pay a little bit extra a month, and sometimes it could be $200, $300, $400 a month. So you want to make sure you look into that. Also look into HOA fees. You know, home owners associations, because that'll control what you could do to your house and things like that. So you want to look into those type of things when you buying a house. And the credit score. They just changed the credit score. The way they changed the reporting in your credit score. So if you got a big thing, a big amount that you got to pay off, instead of paying it off all at one time and making it go away, they used to get, now they want to see you pay it off in pieces. So if you pay it off in one time, your credit score might move 10, 15 points. But if you pay it off 3 or 4 times, every time you pay it off, it's going to move 10 or 15 points. So at the end of the time, you end up getting more movement paying it off. It's stupid, but yeah, whatever, right? You need to have a bank account. You need to have a bank account. You need to have a bank account. Excuse me. Why do they keep these serial killers alive? I'll be watching the ID channel, right? And so the ID channel, they say, oh, it's a new show, but it's not really a new show. It's the same show, just flipped or remastered or told a different way or whatever the case may be. So, and you know, and they want that out there. They want violence, sex, debauchery, arguments, no trust, but that's what they want. That's what they want, and they getting it. They getting it from us. Yo, this is another one I'm a touch. I wasn't really going to touch this because, you know what I mean, this social media thing, and some, not all, some, and you can't even say it's just millennials. I done seen all age brackets. But I'm going to say this, man. We really need to learn to start respecting each other and stop doing so much of that negative stuff on social media. Because it don't make, in the end, don't nobody end up looking good. And don't nothing ever get solved. You know what I mean? That's one. And two, you need to learn to have respect for your elders, man. Y'all really need to start learning to have respect for your elders. Yeah, if somebody is 10, 15, 20 years old, you don't get to argue with them like that. I mean, I don't care what you think. Like, let it go, walk away or whatever. What one of y'all, somebody, but y'all be going like who gets to yell at their grandmother? Who gets to argue with their grandmoms on Facebook and all that? Who gets to do that type of stuff? It's a bad look. And that's all I'm saying. It's a bad look. And then the other thing, I'm like, yo, even in that situation, she can't get a pass. She can't get a pass. You know what I mean? Your grandmas that done did all of this stuff for you. But nah, cause on Facebook, on social media, I gotta do it this way. I gotta be this. I gotta do this. I gotta make sure I get my likes and my hearts and all of that. We bugging, y'all. We bugging. We bugging, for real. But that's my show for the day. And I'm gonna come back next time with some nice stuff. I hope y'all was vibing with this one. Thanks. I'm Big Sherm. I holla.